All right, today I'm going to go over the push press. There's again a couple sort of hard and fast rules I want us to think about. Is one of them is rib position, right? It's a very common thing for when people push. It makes sense even. When I go to push, I'm going to actually flex muscles, right? Posteriorly, it lifts my rib cage, okay? That makes it a little bit more, I guess, ergonomical for the shoulders, right? I'm not interested in it feeling like ergonomical. I'm interested in it being in the best position to produce the most amount of force, okay? So what I'm going to say is, the first thing is from a push press position, we got to get comfortable with holding that front rack. Separate video. But once we're in that good front rack position, okay, there's 2 foot positions that we're going to go over. One is this position, right, having the feet just outside shoulder width, and the other one is going to be from a split position. What I suggest is that, right, let's work on being in this bilateral position like this, right? So we're using those glutes that initiate the drive, okay? The catalyst for the push press comes from the glutes, right? Think of this as the train engine. The train tracks of the hand, okay? The extension of that push the musculature travels up the body to extend, okay? You see a lot of people push pressing, they go to push and they sink back into the bar, okay? That's because the glutes are back, okay? So I really want to think when I drive, squeeze with the glutes, and that extension goes up the arms, right? Keeping that rib cage from tilting, okay? And then what I'm going to say from a foot position, what I'm really going to encourage people to do is be in this position. The reason why I really encourage people to be in this position is because in baseball, for example, as hard as I swing, puts me in this position. A very hard punch puts me in the same position. Also, from an Olympic position of pressing an Olympic clean is that same position. The big rule for this is do not let this heel drop, right? I want you to think. Imagine being in baseball, having this back heel down, trying to hit a ball. You see, that's what happens when people get fooled. Imagine punching somebody, back heel down. No power. But as soon as I lift this back heel, contract this glute, boom, I have all this power created. Now I also have the ability to change and absorb force. If that heel's down, the hips will slide. We don't want the hip being in this position and not being able to get stability, okay? So your takeoff, your starting block really matters in this position, okay? So I'll get in the front rack, I'll demonstrate and I'll talk through it from the side, and a lot of this will make a little bit more sense, okay? Unrack the weight, okay? Elbows vertical, okay? Elbows down to the ground, forearms are vertical, okay? We don't obviously want to be back here, but I'm gonna get my feet just outside shoulder width, eyes forward, okay? Chin is parallel with the ground, right? Load, glutes, squeeze the butt whole time. Butt's tight, butt's tight, butt's tight, butt's tight. Relax, okay? The entire concentric and eccentric, I've contracted my glutes. Again, glute squeeze, squeeze glutes, squeeze glutes, squeeze glutes, catch, okay? One more. Squeeze, 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 release, okay? And now again, I'm gonna go from the split position. Nothing really changes. What tendency to happen has a tendency from people going in this split position is we tend to lean back against this foot. We gotta visualize I'm taking this back foot, driving it against my front foot, and vice versa. That foot is driving back. So now I have energy from back leg to front leg, basically being pushed outward. That energy goes up through the body as long as my torso stays vertical. Like I don't want to be here, and obviously I don't want to push through. When the bar gets overhead, if this is not something I want to do, but if you were hypothetically to let go of that bar, it should hit you right square in the middle of the head. The bar should not be behind you, okay? So again, now from that split position, take that split, Chin is parallel, okay? My right leg is back, so my right glute is really engaged, okay? I'm gonna load the weight, right? The big thing with loading the weight is I don't want the arms bouncing when I load. So when I load the weight, I flex my lats. I pull the bar into me with a lat flexion. So my whole body moves with my bar, okay? Because I don't want to load and bounce, okay? Right foot is back, right glute is contracted. Load the bar with the lat squeeze. Push, push, push. Right glute is tight, right glute is tight, right glute is tight. Release, okay? Flex lats. Drive the bar up. Glutes stay tight. Release, okay? So that is a push press from the bilateral position and from a split position.